I'm up. All right, what going, sir?
Hey, what's up, top boss?
I'm here, man. I'm here. All right, so hear this now. We have some bothering question, and you're the right man for me to talk to, right? Yeah. The National Security Minister just few days ago, I make a speech after the Zozo and the state of emergency, right? A crime we are talking about now, right? And the man come up and say police for shoot and for shoot for kill. Remember, this man is a doctor, a doctor, a medical doctor. And doctor like save life. And I tell him for shoot to kill and nobody carry in and him now send no ambulances. What do you take on that, sir?
Well, we have spoken before on it. Rubbish. Again, you see the difference why we can follow politicians and people who are elected into an office versus persons who are, you're seeing the difference between persons who are elected and persons who are career, right? Such as a law enforcement officer. Because we can't make a mistake to make these outlandish and him in his right mind shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I'm just glad that you're seeing it expression. You can never say something like that. Yeah. As I've watched the video, it's atrocious. It's very, very distasteful what the Minister of National Security is telling the police officers and saying to the public. And he's saying that he's saying that he wants the commissioner to ensure that the police officers are trained to shoot straight and don't miss. I don't have a problem with that. But when you go on to say that you want to ensure that they don't go to prison and they don't waste time in the hospital, you're insinuating that the police should shoot to kill. And there's nothing in the Constitution that can justify that. I want to use your platform and tell Mr. Chung that the police officers that I've spoken with, and I've spoken to numerous of them, is saying that he should go and do that so they can lock him up.
Good.
They're so trained to know that he's speaking rubbish. The training that the police officer had when I was there, is that once you have a lethal encounter with a criminal, with a gunman, somebody shooting at you, right? You try to save as much life. So as immediate, and again, I tell you, I'm so experienced. Immediately after that encounter, you try to save life. And if you don't do so, you can be called upon for negligence. That is how a police train, and that is the duty of a police. We're not soldiers. And that is what I keep on saying, Wayne, that there's something afoot with the way they're speaking and the way they're acting. It's like they're militarizing this thing.
Yes.
Shoot. No. We're not, police officers worldwide are not trained like that unless you go to some countries like China or some countries where they don't believe in human rights. It's just crazy and so distasteful. I'm on that 6 high as a you told me that he's a medical doctor.
Yeah, he's a medical doctor.
And that he made that come out in a public forum. And I yet to see anybody from the police force leadership to come out and reject this statement and to reassure the public that this will not be done and this is not all we're trained to do. I want the public to look out for it. Because if nobody not come out and say them reject it, that means that something is wrong with the leadership of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which we know is something there is wrong.
Something have to be wrong. Can you imagine now? They came with Zozo, state of emergency. Them say it a work. And who will fight it down. Even the Prime Minister himself say, somebody have something in it. Every time we do something to cut down and get rid of these criminals, me think you're innocent until proven guilty. Me never know you, and them start talking a terroristic kind of way to, military way. And this wrong.
The word criminal is defined as a person who has committed a crime or has been legally convicted of a crime. Right? So we're talking about the actual process to reach that word. So somebody like famous like Vibes Cartel, we can label him a criminal.
And Al Miller, like him get sentenced.
And Al Miller,
you can't call him a criminal.
Yes. Through the system, got convicted, go through him, the judge, jury, and everything, and got his conviction. Now we can label him a criminal. You know, there's power in words, you know. And if you label people a certain way, they will act out. Psychology is very important, and I want to talk about the psychology of this doctor. To just get up and just saying these things. Also, human, you have to see your populace that you govern. That you're telling somebody that they shouldn't carry the meat. You don't want to waste time with jail. You don't want to waste resources. The jail
hospital.
Resources.
Hospital. And you're a doctor, you know, medical doctor saying that, you know.
Or him reach this up. In a
2022.
How him reach this up?
No there's crime plan. We can answer you.
There's something wrong.
No crime plan. No crime plan.
It's
so
clear. It's very clear. You know, Jordan man grab it at a straw. And if you're gonna say all these things now where you actually instruct officers to go out and kill people, I mean, we're not trained like that. You know, I just want to let the public know. You know, I've spoken to numerous police in all levels. And them just laugh and I said, no, make him go do it. And so we can lock him up.
Good.
I man stand at a podium and I make these statements and I know nothing about the work that people are doing every day. Law enforcement is all about saving lives, you know.
That is
we're not
it.
in the business of war and we're not in that. People we deal with every day. Yes, that is preserve the peace.
Thank you.
Right? One of the things that we raised is that how quick, you know, they are to come up with these flaws and, you know, blame games on different groups of people. But the justice system, the whole cause and effect is not being addressed. But the cause and effect, like the justice system. How long take a man if you find a criminal that has committed an act? How long it takes for him to for him to get convicted? And if he's not, how much of them are convicted? What am I saying? I'm gonna rob I'm gonna rape your 10-year-old child. You say you want the police to deal with it. It takes 2-3 years to arrest the person. Then the person goes to the court, get bail. It takes 5 years, 6 years, 7 years for him to get to a trial. Then the court decides that they're not going to convict the person. You think person going to take up the thing in their own hand, justice in their own hand? Of course. So when we talk about cause and effect, don't just get up and blame people going on bail, and you have to talk about what you're in charge of and how we can make it so robust that people can really bank on the justice system and stop taking up matters into your own hands. Because me and you know that a lot of that go on with.
A lot of that are going right now.
Because they have no confidence in the justice system. So the man them walk around and build police station and do all type of activity and crime assault. Every day them open a new police station.
And tell me what, the police station now I think $150 million or something. For 2 story, but 100 and much million for us a little building where, you know, and right. You don't know where the money are going on. Them just care figure. Right? And then no car when it finished, no car, no working material, no police vest, nothing at all. Them just build a building. Yes, them spend billions, you know. But we also need that truth and conciliation, because the truth is them make Jamaica like turning a war zone. People are take the one justice system in them hand. A man hurt your family member and them don't get nothing, no justification, nothing at all. The system fail. What am I gonna do? All right. For instance, if a man hurt somebody for you, you know, and the system let him go, you know, and him come out back. 3-4 brother, you. Number one, if you not take action, I'm going to take a next action against one of you know, because I'm going to feel in my back. Say, your brother, me just hurt one of them brother, them are want to hurt me. So me forget them out. So I'm always a watch, you know. And if you know I eat that, I'm going to take him out one man. So it always cause a conflict. Because you want to take him out back. To make you safe because him come back into the same area. You and him in the same space. Use when him take out your brother or him take out a child for you or something and you are just turn your back and leave him. No. And if you do that, him I want to take you out because him know say he might think say you have plan for him. Allow me to tell sir?
Oh, come on, man. Right on in here. Because listen, there's repercussions when these people talking, there's repercussions. Sometimes we were talking earlier about, you know, the embassy.
Yes.
And the history of Jamaica, we have never seen, you know, it being have a what we call it, backlog.
Backlog like this. Never yet.
Like it, right? We have never seen in the history. And sometimes what we were saying earlier is that sometimes it's just cause and effect. And we were saying that Daddy Trump at the time called saying he wants to talk to some CARICOM. Some members of CARICOM rejected it. And before Brogan pick up himself, he was one of 4 persons that pick up himself and go talk to Trump. And no, that can be a cause and effect. The United States might just say, we're going to fight you. They have done it in the past to other countries. Right? So when you make a statement like this, and them come back with a human rights violation and card, we are affected as a Jamaican people.
Of course. So everything the Jamaican people suffers.
So Jamaican people suffer.
Of course.
Well, them not. The Prime Minister is saying that England right now. He's not affected by flying or traveling.
No.
Who's affected?
The common man, the common people.
They make these statements without thinking. Because, you know, they don't have to answer to nobody. You know, that's the problem, you know. They don't have to answer to they do anything they want to do. And that is why we like programs like these.
Yes.
Well, when people talk, man, if you say them resign.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, man, but we talk people for run, man.
But I want to post.
them know, man. Because programs like these have to keep them on them toes, you know. You understand? No, when alright. Tell me something now. You ever in your history, from you growing up till now, from you know yourself till now, you ever see the migration, the people them are runway from Jamaica like what you see right now? You ever see that yet in the history of Jamaica?
No, man.
The common person.
It's crazy, man.
I go through borders and everything.
It's a great migration. And we talk about, we read the news and we saw the teacher saying that everybody know. I mean, it's no secret. The man say him go up for American and someone he make more money than make. He might want if he stay. And you're talking about the educator of our youth.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and then every day they get up and they're saying that, you know, everything is good. We're seeing progress. We're moving in the right direction.
Yes.
Can't be true. Can't be true. Something is afoot, something is wrong.
You see, that's why them to stop the people them astray, because you don't tell people say we are moving in the right direction. 2 million people can't find food. We know say them have nepotism, cronyism, we know classism up and stand up all about, right? Stand up in a Jamaica. And that's true. You understand? Them can't go around these things. But you still them that come and deny it. Yeah? I think them say one of the big guys, or see some S or what have you, come and make a statement on Twitter about when you have people are run and them are work from people must put up and tell him much them a get from him. Him delete him Twitter account.
Exactly. Good point. So how these news media have this man I say what I must say, and nobody not tell them say this is not the views of TVJ or this is not the views of CVM. But them just blast information for everybody here. Right? And the Jamaica, the JCF, they come out, nobody from no commissioners, the much commissioner there. And nobody not come and release a statement and tell the people them say, reassure the public first and foremost that the police not trained the way there. Yeah? Second, that them we not give nobody no instruction. We renounce the instruction or reject the instruction where we not stand with what the minister is saying. Nobody not said that all no. This is Jamaica we living in. This is the Jamaica. If somebody said that on Twitter, we ain't just like what you're saying. Made inciting violence like that. Take away him voice, man. He lose him account, man.
You see that? Of course. Of
He lose
course.
him account.
And then the person saying this, is a 93 disapproval ratings from the people right across the board. Wipe out, and still come and talk about one out of work. By the way, every minute them run go to the Enby Morgan house and them come and pass legislation because of this a fight crime. You see much legislation them just pass? Every minute them pass something. Wait do. Me have to just ask the people them just ask the gun sitting, them ask something before, them say this and other. Just refresh the people them on some of these things.
The gang legislation, but we are seeing what is happening with it. They amended it in recent times, I think in 2021, because it wasn't being used as much. And how much conviction really get? These are the questions that I'm expecting the media house to ask. What is the conviction rate of what you ask? You ask for these things. Remember, people must understand is that when these laws are passed, they're taking away your rights.
Yes.
So you are being affected because if somebody holds you under the gang legislation, them can't take away your rights because the legislation is in place.
Yes.
Right? You know how to go through all of this. So when them agree and everything is passed, we have to see what it's doing. You can't just get up every minute and act like you're doing something by creating new laws every day, and you're not using them or they're not there. You have the capacity to use them, which I think is the case with the gang legislation. So you have a good legislation or a powerful legislation, and you have so much others, just like the Firearm Act, but the capacity to use them. Remember, police now get paid, brother. Them overwork and undermotivated,
True.
And you do legislation, them go work as like what you think. That is the problem is right there now. And they keep dancing around it. Now you got to underpaid man we have so much problem already with income, right? Because you go up on the house go shoot innocent people. They kill innocent people, sorry. Shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill. What a thing, man.
Yeah, and it's not the rest. What he's insinuating doesn't only rest on JCF, but the people at the penal institutions, like the jail, the prisons, as well as the hospitals. Because if somebody should really follow my 3 place him call out, I say we have waste resource for criminals. And I think the learned doctor should know who's a criminal. Because come on, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is happening. I honestly think that these people are sitting down with these military guys and are being brainwashed, or they just don't know what to do. Period. And this is what happens when you and I said it before. If you have 3 physicians, you go to 3 doctors. You go to a herbalist, you go to a medical doctor, you go to a spiritualist with the same problem. Each of them will deal with the problem according to their main thing, right? So if you go to the spiritualist, I'm going to pray for your injury, heal. If you go to the medical doctor, physician, I'm going to try cut it out, right? And if you go to the herbalist, I'm going to want to get herb. Now, if you take a military man and put him in a Jamaica Constabulary Force, he's a man where going to lick the nail on the head. He might have to kill and destroy, and he might go tell about terrorists, he might go tell about boot on the ground, and long gun and aggressive approach and enemy. Those are the things that within his 30 years is what would have learned. It can't come out of him within 6 years, 5 years. It can't come out of him. He's not a police officer, he's a military person. So when he's advising, that's where you start hearing these languages. Terrorists, they're terrorists. Where is it in the Constitution? And why are you using the term if it's not in the Constitution?
And what them doing, but man, you're calling them terrorists, right? And say the justice system, me know that too. And the people them online know this now. The justice system have failed the people of Jamaica, right? Your loved one's gone, your life in danger, you gotta talk to police sometimes, them stress out, and you not get no justification, justice system fail, man come out back. Your life in danger, you gotta take it up in your own hand. Say you find out, say you have the prize of the killing a go on. But the kind of terrorism thing we matter about, and I like it's a tourism, and I like it's some other people, and then you see people that attack people all over the place. No. You see set them off for each other and family members. Right? So we want a truth and conciliation, and we want to break that.
That's what we're saying. There's an actual definition according to the UN for terrorism. Remember, we were part of the UN. So we act according to these countries. Right? So we are part of their jurisprudence. So if you can't just get up on a call to your terrorists like that, you have to be careful of your words. You're a minister of national security. And it's not him alone use it. I see police officers, commissioners using it.
Yes.
Right? And using the term drive-by. You have to just be careful. Listen, let me say, we just have to be truthful to the people. We have a crime problem. Right? And why I'm not just bashing. What is the problem? If the problem is bigger than who is there, let him go so somebody can deal with it. That is what we're saying. If these men cannot handle the thing, be a manager and let them go. You have it time. Years after years, the crime keep on going up. You keep on promising, keep on coming back with these promises, and it makes sense. And no, this is why you lead you to know. I give directives to police officers to shoot, kill people, and don't carry them to the hospital and all them crap there.
Man, about crime, them that triumph for man. Because the genocide, them want to commit, you know. Because you can tell a man, say, hey, we not send no ambulance, and we not carry them in, we not carry them in a hospital. Remember, you know, from the subject down, right, you have to render assistance, any police. From him, no more threat. If it's a threat to you and the subject down, you have to tell him to shoot to kill. Right. The subject no more threat, you have to render him assistance. For him to lose his life. But you have a national security minister telling him to shoot to kill, and it's a medical doctor that. We're trained to save life. That guy to go. You understand? And the one of Jamaica get up, I say, well, we talk yesterday or the day before, then I say Jamaica for justice get up. And I say dog without teeth in the come, I say them get up. And you know, and yes, dog, yeah man, all dog without teeth. And then I see lawyer, one of them, you think the lawyer, I see him come and attack. And some other lawyer, people have, you know, I take time, I burn it out. But you know, you want to see some other, you know, some people in the commissioner wrong. A matter of fact, him stand up side of the commissioner. When him say these things. And the man not touch him and say it wrong because he don't know wrong from right neither, you know. People will talk the truth. We are big people, we're not going in the corner. You understand? So them not, remember, you know, them promise, if me can make a playback, so can me have the tape. Me have tape. When them tell us, say, promise, this is going to work. When the legislation come, the gang legislation will clean the place here, people, yes, they are clean. So a piece of paper where you sign pan and make this stop out a road. The youth them they have not see where you are sign. You in a little Henry Morgan place by yourself a sign gang legislation. And that will stop the people them where carry revenge for them for each other. Because of them the death of them own loved ones and them thing there. And it will stop it. And you call them terrorists, you call them all kind of things. It don't make no sense. The hard approach not going to work. The heavy-handed soldier tactic not work. It can't work, brother.
I mean, you say it so much time. You look at the war where it costs much
trillions, brother. It no work.
And the man them have to run left for much equipment.
20 years. 20 years.
We see over and over. This season whole, you don't have the resources to do that forever.
Thank you.
So the same mentality with the Zoza and the state emergency.
And the same thing it don't go scale down in our country. The same exact thing now look on.
Many leaders and I think even leaders within the organization now agree with the state of emergency and its overuse. Because they've been saying that we have all of the thing them in the same legislation to do the same thing, and we've been using it over and over. You know why you do something too much, and when you use it too much, you come like make sense again, which is happening. Because man a kill man, soldier the right as man a kill man right down your road.
Of course. Because at that time it don't make no sense. You understand? Because hear this now. You use state of emergency. You seminar run, but you lock me up. 2 years, 3 years, so what? If me not something wrong and them thing, them not take me thing gone about my business, man. Me I work, I feel look about my family. When you look, nobody in the take care of my family now. Can't go school. Cause me I the only breadwinner. And me get lock off and lock up. That no make no sense, brother.
You're right.
You understand? And then me have to sue the government when I come out. You keep me 2 years and hard for what? Never got jail yet. Yeah? Because they might not like come and then you give police, you give soldier police powers, so them no walk with the police again. Them just do what them want to do. And who are tell them these things? It a come from them commissioner. You understand? I mislead. You know, we want to say police to do them duty, brother. You understand?
Right.
So the soldier are coming up with film thing and things said this can work. Brother, if it could have worked, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You see, from you say Tivoli incursion in 2010, the amount of thing come down and the firepower come down upon it and everything. If it could have worked, remember people still have up them grievances. That now work, so that means the heavy and the thing now work same way, brother. Can we sit down at West Kingston in a war with each other again? You understand? You remember enough people then pick up, enough body.
Oh my God. Yep.
But if that could have worked, it now work. So you know, say, you know what? We have to come down. We have to really look about. We have to really look about what people them, you know. And every member of parliament and councillor, all them need to do, go back in them constituency and work with the constituents. Keep the meeting. Yes, a shot fire. You keep meeting both sides now. That's your job. Calling the police and you want to call them stakeholders or agolers or what you want to call them. Yeah? you want to call them anything. Sheep holders and stakeholders or, mutton holders or what you want to call them. Just carry them in and we'll go keep on a meeting and try a soft approach. Soft talk, turn it away, anger. But you come down with heavy and they take it now, help nobody. You understand? You could have spent and then both so you spend much billion, but the police them now get none out of it.
No pay, right?
What is that? So much money, brother? Eh?
You want to instruct them now if you go shoot and kill people.
So tell me something now. So remember people are using phone art, every little thing video, you know? Every little thing video.
I remember I see them roll out some of the cameras them too. I will not have access to them yet. Some of the police cameras, what they call it?
The body camera?
Body cameras, yeah. I see pictures with police of the time.
Okay. So them I roll out a couple of them. Alright. So them I roll them out. Alright. So look on this now. So you roll out the body cameras, alright. You want to tell a man to go do this and that, but yes, still if a man charge him murder, because police if charge him murder too, you know. If him charge him murder, who are going to look about him? You think of the government? No. You're going to try to get yourself out of it. Right. Because from the man down, and then he might tell you to shoot to kill. You shoot him and get a shot in him foot. Him drop in and get one name and they might tell you, say, make sure you know, no come hospital and kill him. It's a war crime matter if you come in.
The gravity, I want this. One cup just saying, brother. The gravity of the statement, you know what?
John, what the
man? I think people understand coming from the Minister of National Security, you know. Because a man can't go kill people outside the minister to do it, you know.
Of course. But that, when him go to prison, he might this one about
argument, you know. Yes. He have an argument because of where it come from, you know.
Alright. Okay.
He have an argument, you know, because he will be charged. But he have an argument, he have a defense.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, although him still get convicted, we know that.
Yes.
But him have a defense. I say, me hear the minister say that I thought it was our new policy. Because we didn't know if we could treat it already, but he said we don't carry them in a hospital because I don't want to raise the resources.
So you catch up a man now and him wounded, and you hold him, you just put your gun and you just mash up all him head and everything, because you have to make sure him. Remember, you must carry him to hospital, you know. And that he say, you know. And on my word, you know. This is what the man say. You can't believe this? Him should have get relief for him duty long time. And remember, this a man, that's why, remember, man, come tell me, you know, bigger. More you call me back, I play back the thing where you say, back in the days when them give people thing to come fire by my mother place and get rid of your grandmother and everything. It does show me what you say is 100%. Because I hear it from the asses mouth now. Say them evil. I hear it. You could have trained, me could have trained as a doctor for save life, and that come out of my mouth, brother.
Yeah, the psyche of the individual has to be taken into focus.
Yes, man.
Because the dissidents we have for human beings are these. It shows you that in the office or around in their circle, their inner circle, right? You hear how the disdain where they have for the public.
Yeah.
You understand? And police officers don't work like that, bro. Like if you, and that we keep on telling people, you know, it's a job where it's weird, but you sign up for do it. Everybody is the public. You know, I'm the enemy. When a man become a combatant and my fire to you, yes, he's the enemy. As soon as him is down, he's now the public. When commit himself and is now an accused, he's still your customer. You treat him as such like him come a shop. Yes, sir, good evening. How you doing?
Thank you, sir.
He's not an enemy of the state.
Thank you, sir.
He's innocent until proven until proven guilty.
Yes, sir.
So that go.
Yeah. So you see, man and woman work under your command. Me know you da straighten them up long time, and you da tell them what to do because me know them now go, you not being a fool. You go send them out for go do what them not supposed to do. You understand? You know?
I mean, word on the ground, and everybody know these people are elected. What you need now is a strong leadership within the organization to come out and just lick away, reject what was said, and get the people in focus. You know, as a committee, don't want to do that right away. You don't even want to even entertain somebody like me or you calling them out and say, oh, you don't do nothing, you don't say nothing yet. You should have been the first to come out and say, listen, unfortunately, or whatever, how you want to say it, and just reject the claims, you know, and just remain stand fast and very structured in the way you're going to move forward with the commissioner, with their duties, you know. But it's a sad case, man.
Well, you know, as a detective inspector, listen, officially I say, I know himself and come and attack, but you know, listen and attack. About the man say, if we can repeat what him say, so that him say if the police, if as long as they took up a gun off a police will shoot and shoot to kill, must carry you in. And me I tell you say it cannot work so. And that him say.
Yeah, man.
Me I talk to a police, me I talk to a career man for much years in the JCF.
Right.
And me I tell you because I read the Constitution, I read about the police thing, that the man said to you know, because I listen him. So you know got to tell me what him say, that him say. So even if you did have a gun pine, remember you know, when you disable that subject, you disable the threat. So you move the threat and if it kill him.
Right, the term we use within it, you know, we can't say that you stop. And
stop the threat.
We have a use, and remember, no, stop the mean you have to shoot somebody. You can't use loud voice. You have to say,
thank you, sir. Okay.
But it's not needed. Calm down, that. It's not needed. I mean, stopping the threat. You know, but when you are saying, oh, listen, and it takes a career person with experience to understand, say, there are circumstances surrounding some of these youths having firearms.
Yes.
That's what I say, and even in America, you have one of the rappers, and he came saying that, listen, I grew up in a ghetto where everybody have guns, and people are threatening to kill me. I mean, know the police now come around, so I have to get a gun. Is that justification? No, but does it make sense? Yeah. It does make sense. You understand me? I say, he knows the consequences.
Somebody asked me, why can it work like that when lonesome? If a man pull a gun from me, them dead. No, because I did threat you stop your police, you know, you have to work off. I remember life you try to say. You ever say when police shoot a man, you see him still go over and give assistance. Because if it's a threat to other people, not just the police, but to the public at large. So a man can have a gun by you and a man knock him down. That doesn't mean you forgot him not dead. You can knock him when you look, you disable him dead. So him and a more threat to the person or to you as a police or to the public. So you have to render assistance to him. You have to carry him to the doctor. You understand? And that's right across the place. You see me I say?
Right. I mean, it is so much implication because you talk about even people talk about you can get arrested as a police officer for using too much force. So even though the man have a firearm and shoot at you and you return fire, suppose you shoot him like what go on in America recently. How much police shoot one man over 100 odd times? Oh, come on. How you justify that?
Okay. Me just say somebody doesn't tell me, say no, alright. So I'm going to England, say, tell a boy if he lift a gun at a police in a UK and a dirt. That is stupidness. So me I tell you one case, me used to live in UK too. Yeah, so me I talk to now. Lonesome, right? Yeah, me used to live in Northwood, so me I tell you now. Right, I talk to you about to come out there. So me used to live in Northwood. Me like live in some place. I'm going to go to all of them places there. So me know UK. So me just tell you something. Go not at me. Them did want a youth, him have a gun. Right? Him have a gun. And in park at the hydrant. So them like clamp. You think I have the warden, them clamp your car and thing. Him shoot off of the warden. Police get when I hit him in the house. Him have the gun, you know. What police do, them remove them just fire in night and thing. Them camp out on him. A time bit cold, you know. So what them do, them just remove the people, them and put them in a hotel because that's how them work. You understand? So they move the people and put them in a hotel. Them could have invade the house and shoot up the house. Them not work so. Them wait for them. But what them go do wrong now? Because some of them get charged, I think. Them go cut off in electricity. So him start in cold. So when him start, use the table and thing and light it and it burn on the place and kill himself. Police will get charged for that too.
Right.
Because of them action. Right. Because them are waiting for him to come out. We have the time to wait for you. Them could have charged him and mash up the place. And I said, go man. You came a place to man. So me know about the dirt and thing. Me know about the laws and them things.
I could put a spin for all of these people, I think.
Yes.
So what about the people? So what if I said that he wants them to die because them have secrets for him, what them don't want to tell the police? Would you still want them? Whoever asks these questions, you still want them to die? Because there's this appetite in Jamaica, and this is coming from a law enforcement person for killing. Why is the psyche? Everybody wants to kill. Why everybody have this appetite? From the commissioner to the prime minister. Why is there such a high appetite for killing?
Remember, killing a one, but have more killing them one, more blood.
Exactly,
it can't be the solution.
Everybody, it can't be solution. Everybody wants to kill it. You are different from the man where a man diss him in a party and him take up his fire and go shoot. How are you different? They don't see that they're being affected by the same culture.
And the culture where them teach we, the Africa culture, where them just like to kill themselves. But them not kill for themselves, alright. Let me show you something. You remember the two brothers in Boston? Boston bombers.
Right.
Alright. You remember saying, one dead and the other one, them try to save them. You remember them in a shootout with FBI and thing, One bag of shootout, them died in a boat. You remember? And when the shootout subside, but them tried, them save, them could have killed the two of them. One must say, kill for himself, him now again, and the other one get wounded. What them do? Them rush him, go save him, and then try him, and then put him on their throat. Because them want to know if anybody else act with him and thing. Them want everything. Them must save you. Them could have killed him.
What is that mean?
Them want to know what is that mean. Them not do that. And I said, go, we can't barbaric so and say we want the place different and them thing there. Me tell them this all the time. You are a career man. You detective inspector in the JCF. Run through the JCF, right? And you're a career man in the JCF. Run through the JCF. And you have to tell them why it have to be killing. You see me as a better?
Right. I mean, police, listen, law enforcement officer know what to do. They're so trained if a man pull firearm and shoot at them. We know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's the same way we know what to do when that happens. It's the same thing we know what to do when they are injured and we have to save a life. You understand? We're so trained.
So
we're so trained to understand that.
All right.
We're so trained to understand that best you can.
Better. So I'm gonna answer somebody else again now. You see, for the mind bend, but me like reason. Them a reason nicely. Some a reason with that now. With the person, Philly. I say, career man. The country have tried every avenue to solve crime in its country. None work. What is the next step? these gunmen are merciless and barbaric. You see, at the brainwash mentality again, you know, you say these gunmen merciless and barbaric. And all of them, as we said before, him just tell you before, and more you repeat it again, right? If you have your son, or your family, your loved ones, and them go through the system, most of them know politician. Politician, and we hear them attack, you know, connect in every constituency, them connect to heavy-handed man.
Yeah.
With them force foot soldier for do things. Okay? And not joke me I make. Them know. And I can carry a million youth and you hear them come talk. That's why I like talk to you. Want a truth and conciliation. Okay. So what them do now, them connect to certain things so you can't call them name. If you dead are your people, them dead. And so them run it. See?
Right.
You understand? So a man kill somebody for you and you go through the system. And when you look him out back because politician, you remember in a St. Thomas, so the man police are run down one and an AK him have and running at the sea, a grand Spain. Don't a politician go take him out of James, not take him out of police custody. He never go take two of them out of police custody and tell them bad word. All that happening in any other real country. They won't go charge him for the bad word.
What I would say to the person is that why because if we know that guns are not made here.
Yes.
Right? We know, everybody know that. I mean, and a whole heap of money for a firearm. And it's a dime a dozen to be rented in Jamaica right now. Right? Same thing for the bullets. Why would I say the same thing to somebody that commits fraud, like a politician that commits fraud? Why would I say them for that, we shoot them on sight? Okay. People must understand, you know, that there's three, and we did talk about that earlier. I think there's 4 to 3 Jamaicas. You know, in context of you have the elite class, you have the uptowns, what I call them. The elite class are people flying on them jet. You know, the boot stores them, and you know, the guy who live in Canada, who one NC.
Yes.
Elite class, and then you have the uptown persons where I think they are immune to the crime situations. They have a good job, pension, and they live in a good community. Then you have the so-called middle class. I call them the downtown, and then you have the dredge people living at the ghetto. And these people are who get bombarded the most with from every side. We talk about the politician need them for win votes. The criminals go hide stuff in there themselves. Stuff people use them to commit crimes. Right, and then because the police officers are chasing where these criminals are, them end up still in these lower section, you know. So it's clearly that him man respect or him have a standoffish approach or not see them as human to even make a statement like that.
That's subhuman. Because them are human, them are subhuman.
Yeah. So we just have a reason now they're thinking that because
yes.
You know, 2022 now, we passed 1980s. You understand? We're talking about first world nations. People you talk about certain other people that do enough other stuff. Global living. Right?
Yes.
You can't come out and make a statement like that. We're past certain level right now. You know, she talk about what is the way forward, and we mentioned it earlier. The justice system. I mean, look internal. Don't start trying to blame what go on. Like, look internal. How long does it take someone to get arrested? Why? All right, nobody not talk. All right, so but we use scientific evidence. Like we use more CCTV. Like we use DNA. Where the whole world I use it.
Why them no want to use it? Because remember, you know.
You're not getting eyewitness statement because people afraid. Let's go to more DNA base. Let's go fingerprint. Let's go. You still not make. Remember, Mr. Chung, you still not pay for the DNA database. Yes. We promise you about 3 years now.
Yeah, right. Okay. So these are the things that them do, yes.
These are the things that we are talking about. So when them come and talk about for kill, we could go this first. We could talk about internal thing. How we can make sure so we catch people faster. Understand? And you have ways.
You want to never miss out something? Me not miss out something. Me play it. Yeah, so him say me for play where the minister says so. Remember me I talk to the police and them hear it and you hear it and you read it and everything, but me play it. I will play it. You see me I say? But you see, it can be kill. So I can play with the minister. I can play.
Yeah, because let me listen. You see, and I listen.
Yeah, but I
read the quote.
Yeah, because let me see me have a try it also. The minister say yes, let me see yes, all right, books, all right. We just play with the minister. The minister this. Right. Let me see what the minister did now. Minister decline. I say for that one name, you know. Because I want to play with the ministers. Let me say for this, you know. Alright, I could see what Chang are going with again, you know, right? Alright, so this Chang. Alright, you want to play this? Alright, I could see what Chang are going with again, you know, right? Chang, 32 alleged gangsters on bail, wrecking havoc in Westmoreland. Alright? So this is Chang again. This is the 93% disapproval. Alright, so I could just pass that crab. Yeah, that's a next station in a phone, yeah? Alright. So I'm going to see it. Savlamar, Westmoreland. With Westmoreland bleeding from the string of murders, Minister of National Security, Dr. Crab, on Thursday, laid the blame at the feet of 32 alleged gang members who are out on bail, who also expressed concern that light sentence emboldened convicted criminals. Okay, so first of all, let me just ask you, coming to like pass nothing, right? So, inspect, let me ask you something. So, if you know 32 gang members and them out on bail, on them, you have to get bail with condition. And if them accused of more than one murder, you get bail?
Yeah, man, it's a law. It's a law. You remember,
but condition, but they get condition. You report to you have to report to the police and everything.
Right. So the police have the right to ask for these conditions, if you know. Because remember, you're innocent until proven.
Yeah. Okay, so you have under some condition, right?
If we're going to take away any rights, the police can, they must justify why we want. If you're going to get bail, we can say, all right, if we're giving bail, Your Honor, we want him to have these conditions.
Okay.
That's what that.
Okay, so it work. All right. So like how they because of the police have passed this information and said these people wreaking havoc in the place. You understand?
Right.
You see me I say? Philippam, no, you see me you talk and you start play your little thing now. You start show your politics, so you know say you're gone. You're gone. You understand? You're gone. You're gone, man. You understand? All right, we could just hear this.
There are not only several known criminals on the road right now who are out on bail killing people. But there are others who have been to jail, found guilty, after the police investigate, prosecute, and charge. They are found guilty and they are out very soon. In fact, they are now prepared to kill. More because they are now feel that they can go through the system and have no fear of apparent.
So all I know so they are now prepared to kill because them feel so them can go through the system. What kind of talk in this? That's against talk. So
if you know they're gangsters, why never charge them on the gang station? And why never
okay. Okay. All right. But go on here.
Prosecution, and there are several of those round, he said. Dr. Crab, who speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the Foom police station in Westmoreland, pay that them break. During a later media briefing, the security minister referring to particular troubling cases. Particular individual become famous for making 8 bail application, could have been facing 6 or 7 charges for murders. One of its bail guarantors was killed at one stage, and this occasion is still behind bars.
So a guarantor get killed. So if him even behind bars, him guarantor and him kill him guarantor can the one come out. So we have to blame him, say him guarantor get killed. Okay, go on.
This is a reflection of some of the problem we have, he said. The security minister pointed to the proposed Firearm Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act as a result, right? As a resolution. There have been concern raised about some aspect of the legislation. However, Dr. Crab said it firmly believes that the act is appropriate to respond to what now obtained in the country. The act is expected to be passed in the upper house on Friday after which it will go to the Governor General for his proclamation. If you are carrying an illegal firearm, we know it is part of your intention to kill somebody. You hear this? If you're carrying an illegal firearm, it's a part of your intention to kill somebody.
So if you're carrying, all right, you as a man that carry a police, right? You know, say you have a lot of gun bags. You know that. Me know that. Right? You have all people where gun plant in them yard where them can't do nothing about. Them don't even know. So if you raid and you're going to hold up one of them people, 80-year-old, and you're going to find 2 AK and that 2 cell and thing, where you do? You lock up the whole person there?
And that this is the argument. Who will be more affected? Clearly that is not care about, what we talk about the people in the lower class. Because who will be affected more by these legislations? You understand what I'm saying? It's the poor, as I say, the situation where, granny, probably 67, and the man them go hide the firearm in our room, in our rooftop. You go start granny house, granny not even knows that they're gun them in the rooftop. I know you charge granny. Granny has a first me I see them there. Now granny have the intent where I don't know how am I gonna prove the intent. I mean that's a legal term. How you prove somebody intent, I don't know. But him said the legislation I got said that once you fire him with a firearm, you are intent on killing somebody.
Good.
Very strong word.
Strong word again. So tell me something now. So you have some people where live in a ghetto where them take your daughter to transport a firearm. Remember, you have your family there. So you I'm on a patrol.
I can't go up the road. Pass the police. Right.
Because them want to go up the road. Look at school child. You catch a school child 13, 14 hours. Where do you lock up a child? A child can't go say, a dick give me a time, because our mother dead, our brother dead, and the one of them dead. Where do? Send up a child to go to prison?
Right. And this is
and the child have intent to kill people because them have the firearm.
Right. And this is why you have to have a powerful opposition. People have sense in the parliament. And you can't just sit down and make this broad brush thing. Because again, may I tell you, Wayne, they don't care. They don't care.
Me know.
Because he and his kids will not be affected by this. Because me and you know, brother.
Good.
If no one address the elephant in the room, which is them have to look at different strategies. They have to come with a crime strategy to get this thing.
But that can be because then the
legislation passed, brother.
Good.
You go see the crime. Look how much things them do since they've been in power.
Look how much legislation them pass and say this I do this now.
And not addressing the elephants in the room, which is the corruption, the nepotism, round pegging a square hole type of mentality.
Yes.
And I run with it.
Yeah, man. So okay, so somebody does right, our does right. So if you find body in a liar house, where him and him alone in it, and a film knife, and him get a gunshot too, and then the place so clean, and you say him forget bed vest, and him a oof a liar already, and I know that man no get a charge by no DPP and thing. What you that said to these things, and these people are care about, but the man get murdered. Them all cover it up, so the man is a gardener. And then when the man friend talk to me, you hear say the man is a businessman. They hear say the man have business who want them selling things and everything. All this go. So you say our legislation pass are just for how long they have not. You see it? And not for them friend.
No.
And not for the man up at top.
It won't really affect what we call the elites or the uptown.
You know, some hear from good sources, some of the elites son them go up on hunting now. 16 them have gun, them have license. 16 them do hunting and everything.
But remember, when they come, that's what I'm saying. When they came through with the legislation first, so much of them jump up and say, "Oh, we do shooting competition," and you understand? Yeah, so they push back.
Yes.
But what you're saying, we're going in the ghetto every day. Where look a girl, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, a man, we see her, and because the police, the soldier post is up the road, we put an illegal firearm in our bag. She passed the post. That is a real situation in the ghetto.
It's real. And a joke.
He don't know about that. So we have to be the voice now if we say, what about these situations? How can you say a 6-year-old You understand? Which under the legislation, I don't know what the legislation will say about these people, because I know they can't. The juvenile can't commit a crime, really. So probably somebody who's that's 14 and or upward.
Yes, but let me use them too. Yes, them use them too.
Use them as well and say, you're going to say about intent to
commit murder. And everybody have the gun, and some of them are gun bag. Them have to do it. Me not ask you. Them know.
Right.
Them send a reason with politicians, you know. Them send a reason with irredans, you know, and try to get out. Them send, remember, you know, them send pastor a reason with dance and everything, you know. Them see we come out actively encourage, and them know. The people them see it and know, but our people just love blood.
Listen.
Them love blood.
You're elected. You're elected to do a particular job.
Yes.
Right? The job is we give a frame, which is the constitution, to act within accordance.
Yes.
To manage and solve this situation. If you can't do it, move. The commissioner has given a mandate. He has a role and responsibility, and we are paying him to do so. Right? Certain questions has to be asked for why the crime rate is so high. You know, you told us that you never want to do a crime plan because you want to be very secretive with what you're doing. All right, you have enough time. Talk to it. Why there is nobody asking these questions? With the crime, murder does have runway. The murders are getting more atrocious. I mean, come on.
I tell you something? You know, so the most every time something get up more, it's like them put more red tape and the poor and needy. For instance, them talking about the lottery scamming across this, right? And me talk to people in the lottery scamming. You know, me not call names, so everybody knows that them safe. But I'm gonna try to show you where them show me, right? Okay.
Right.
All right. Look on this now. Man, I get 1 million US. Them say from the big man, come from town, them collect it, them have it. So when them do the scamming, remember, you know, you can go right now. You can go a Western Union or MoneyGram, and if you collect a $2,000, not $2,000, $200, it causes problem. Sometimes them turn it back. Or them get five bills, a bigger problem. You want to pill for your granny, so you can't collect them. You want to collect $1 million US out of these things. But you still, all the youth, them get it in a cash. Because them say the big man, when them do one hour, the big man have a way for how him collect it. But him take 1/3. So if it's $1 million, every $1 million, 333,000 get out of it. You hear me I tell you? 300,000 get. The chins them in it too. Because them can do move money around and everything. These and that's why I say them hypocritical, brother. So when you want to come and say the man, but remember, you know, Western Union, them thing they lock you up. Even if they try to change a $100 bill, even the bank will lock you off. So it will be you are the money laundering and I do what. It will be the ghetto people them when you say, oh, them in this, or them buy the car and buy the big house and everything. Are the same ghetto people them sell them? Or the big man them have it? You understand all them?
That's exactly what we're saying.
Brother.
That's exactly what we're saying. We're talking about the chain of criminality. And you keep on just
trying them at the top of the criminal, them man.
Right.
Them head them with everything. You understand?
The firearm, how we coming out of the country.
That is it.
Who send him to go kill anti-match up or the thing? So you can't take a man where you find a gun commit a murder. But who sent him? Understand? Is the case closed? Is the case open? And these are the questions that needs to be addressed, because if you have a man that is capable of sending money to somebody to do a contract killing, how much of these men are we finding and convicting?
Yeah, man.
So when we just shine the light on the end result, at the end, the poor people, we are trying to get a little thing. And remember, you know, people must understand when we talk, we are lock up everybody enough for them thing, you know.
Yes.
I'm saying that. I don't agree with somebody that is in charge of a thing and it gets so bad. Other avenues you can't go to, but it gets so bad that you are going to try to come up on a podium and say, shoot and kill. Among others, they went from 200 guns to, you know, come on. Enough is enough.
But not even him alone. You have a past security minister where buy car, 100 million. So what that's about them money? He must say hang. And if you move $100 million out of the system, we don't get no service for. Me I go hold you accountable for it. You are say when the judge say you go and waste time to you just say guilty. You feel just carry him and just hang him till teeth kin in dead. And people sit down and listen to them garbage. The man are coming like a jacket and tie, brother. No, it's not practical, it can't work so. You have appeal, you have this. I just could just say guilty and you just hang. Eh? That makes sense to you, brother? Which part in the world you find that? Eh?
We have to take a deep look at and hold these people accountable.
That makes sense, brother.
Just like what with the military guy recently. These people, and I say it again, I say I'm not smart, but I'll say it again. The man called Mr. The Prime Minister is a very, tactical person. He's very tactical in the way him do things, and him know why he do it. As if you surround yourself with criminal people who you can control, it must be for a reason. Why you want all your friends them and buddy to come work in a certain key positions. You understand? It can't be for the betterment of the country because they don't know what they might do. You understand? It's not like you get somebody that is so advanced in the field come sit down in it. The only advantage is that he's your friend. So why you don't want your friend in certain key? All your friends and people you control. It's like we reward them for something they have done for you, or they're gonna do something for you in return for you rewarding them. It's very funny, this whole thing about how we're acting in Jamaica. Everything is so one side is like one to me it's like one criminal I look at the next one like the politician them I look at the man where I shoot people and say, thief never left thief with long back.
That is
it. And the gunman them dug there and say, una the fact. So everybody does a point finger and one I say we're gonna kill you and the next one I say we're gonna kill you. Who are them niggle at this? Who are them niggle at this? The people them where I try to make, ends meet for them family.
Yes.
Some of the murders are committing in the country. It's crazy, brother.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Somebody come out and talk like, he think it's a plaything. Sometimes I watch this man in the parliament. And he just laugh like him think,
like more blood for run. The man has some more and then what them do, you see when them do, them spread for them thing, I may try to show the people them hold them accountable. Because me see one does come out and say them want to raise a pay because them money no good. But when you look on the criminality behind it, alright, you are work 4.8 million a year as a minister then. And some might have said 5, right? And you have 4 years or 5 years. So if a 4, you have said 20 million for 5 years. 4 million. That means you can afford a house for like a $20 million house, brother. But you still have a $100 million house. You don't have 1, you have 10. You have 5 gas stations. You have much apartment. You have 2,000 acre land. You call a man thief. Kill him. But you take away everything from these people and stuff. And nobody knows see these things. Who first look up on the gallows, brother and sisters?
And that is what we're saying. That is the message we're trying to say. Like,
then that message, brother.
They're trying to play a blame game and not solve the issue. So in recent time, you hear them say, you hear them speak of this drive-by situation. Now, a drive-by, as we know it, is a man drive, the car slow down, window wind down, and man spray the place. How much of the incident you see when man actually come out of the car, shoot the people and jump back into the car and drive it? Is that a drive-by?
No.
Alright.
Them go for a target.
Yeah, so why are they coin? You see, and these are the things that I tell you.
But them call it a drive-by.
We have to be very careful.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
Words.
Alright.
Because they're to justify the high crime rate. So what do you say? Because they might fire indiscriminately, right? No, you have innocent bystander. Because them have this thing where it's just a group of people, which I don't like. They're trying to make it seem as if there's just a group, like you have infighting in gangs, and others gang and gang a fight, and sometimes innocent bystander get licked. The 2 people gang member, brother. The kids them get the child where they got burned up in the house. The recent incident. She's a gang member.
All right, thank you.
Me not Prime Minister fly and go look for her like I'm going to look for the Queen.
No.
I mean protocol, but I'm saying who's more important if people are the Queen.
That is it. You must your people them. If your people them put in at something, I must them. You understand? A matter of fact, my brethren call me now. And here with them you put the police on. Now, may I beg the police to stop that, man. Think, man. When you have your mother who give birth and she take her last breath and we do a little 9-night fear. Stop follow these people and like remember it's a tradition, you know. You understand? So if we there some brother and sister flying and we in a yard and we are doing a little 9-night, what we call a little setup. Stop like have these things, the man. We never used to do that, you know. No care what we do, you know, we have a little respect, you know. Even if they say, okay, me a patrol and pass through, but that's the last respect. No, do the, and but the uptown man now do that. You know, do it uptown, you know, because you know go up there. The elites them good. Them can't do anything.
Yeah.
You can't anger over people like we're subhuman. Because by the end of the day, it's like this. Your mother, something up to your mother. And you like you're the man in wear khaki clothes, right? So something up to your mother, you know you have your thing. Them now go around for you. You have to control that your thing have to run, and then you have some man that come there, some sergeant that come and some. You understand what I say? But something happened to the next man mother. Him can't do that. Nobody can fly down. We can't in my yard. You can't. You even say, okay, I'm going to patrol and pass through and give me a little present and make one do this even if for 2 hours or 3 hours and then what up. But nothing, brother. And you say, if anything, listen, we don't want to do no night, not even a tambourine more here. You cannot do these things, man.
These are the things that we talk about because it can't be equal because this is where we talk about the bottom people, you know, the poor that the country always affected. Because you fail to deal with them crime problem, you are punish them because we fail to deal with the crime situation in a them location, in a them community. Now you are blame them and I say, yo, you can't keep a dancing, you can't. Who you are punish? Like who you really are? I mean, if a person can't afford to move out and go uptown, brother, who you really are punish? And we have to really look into the whole psyche of the thing. Sometimes we just do things. We have
you
to really
hurt them more. So tell me something now.
You put them. Yes, sir.
So tell me something now. So them do it away now that you can't go bank. Remember, you know, the billions of rob up of the country and all kind of thing and land wagon and another them people, them still live with zinc, things that the zinc can protect them. And between 4 little sheet apply. Them can't go bank. Right. Them mother dead, their old mother, them can't find money for bury them, and when them do that, they can't keep 9-night. You can't have you can't go Western Union because them ban you the mark so you get money. You can't go on the corner. You can't do what them doing is a Nazi camp or what? Yes, it's wrong, brother. We should have play field for the kids. Them if you have kids time. If you have recreation places and these things. But them not see what me see. Them not see what you are see. Use the man to serve. You understand? See? And none of them not see this. Only thing them want a blood. What them do, them everything will happen. Them trample these people on the feet. And we are saying to stop. Or you get them, or even the police, you know this. Or you get them work with you, or you get them citizens work with you when you do them this. Me I bury my mother, and you just do this. It's in my head. You understand what I say? So if me see something I could have whispered to it. Sometimes you demand them a friend too. Some of them man them a man a friend. You understand? So me have to know me a whisper to which police. Yes, I could do it. Because I might come and say, you know, so me see this, and when you look me up dead. Me have to be careful of what me I do. You understand? You can't take it out from the people them, man. And the elites, you can't touch them. You cannot touch them. So you tell me say you have some people now a subhuman.
Remember Kanye was coming in 2020, you know, when everything locked down in the past, doing thing and so we talk about elites, you know, you show people say people and people are equal. And that can't be people. You talk about people who are enslaved and come from that enslaved culture. You have to be very careful how you deal with them. And when you know when you feel like it all has to do with leadership and management.
A leadership, brother. We fall in line. All right.
Feel like me, I don't know no bright thing. You have people where we go school, they go FBI college. You know, more than man go FBI college. Where in a Jamaica Constabulary Force, we have this mentality, have this training, right? But again, who is you know, probably SSP or ACP, the telecommissioner of the operate. He was elected and chosen by administration to lead. And they must have seen, he must have had a plan that they agreed with, that they think would work. You understand? So you can't get up and Because all him have to say, well, I'm not going to work with this assistant commissioner. If you want to play too hard and transfer, you're going to look a place when nobody don't know you're gone. Right?
That so body.
Everything has this falls squarely at his feet and the DCPs. Because if the DCP it's just like what Mr. Bailey said, what me train in the brother and come to your ranking.
Yes.
And clearly do a job at the man we just select, we just come through.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it must be very. So they have the enough rank power to stop and say, oh, this is because one of them could have come out and say, you know, me reject what Mr. Chong said, and our police officers are not trained to do that, and you know, may I reassure the public that this will not happen. And you just go through how them supposed to operate. Why you don't want it then?
You know, so that tell me something. You think that could have been Gary Griffith down in a Trinidad and Tobago? You think them could have come give them chat there?
Oh God, that's it. Immediately is a man that is admired amongst a lot of police officers. The constabulary.
The man tell them point blank. No chat from none.
I mean, protocol dictate. Say, but you're not going to disrespect nobody by saying your position and where you stand for, brother. That is you're not a post where you have to get the confidence of people.
That is it.
People have to know, say, you know, in a certain things, like when a man talking foolishness, you know, in it. You understand me? I say, and that is how you win confidence in a public.
That me a talk about, brother. That me a talk about. I'll beg them stop pressure the people them at the bottom of the barrel. Only need them for voting, you know? But who wanna keep big meeting with private sector organization of Jamaica. Me see a lot of pre the last in here go on and me use the term already say, listen me, it's impossible for me leave from my little ghetto and go away a country. Number one, me not have no money, much as you got hire truck. But my hire truck can take what people call. And then if you kill a cow in the ghetto, me not have no fish roll over 1,000 pounds of meat. So even the police are going to hear out of the station because if you kill a cow there, me know them are going to hear somebody not care shape the meat. Not true. Allow me to tell you that. But when you look, one man can lose all 20, 30, 40, 50 cow. And you don't know where to go. And they always look through the private sector and say, even food, the last anyway, people lose feel of food. You remember them tin of things, you know. We have carrot juice, we have this, we have that. But if you look how we are lose. You understand? Because you think, so at the little man, there's more pressure the little man. But when we see the big chuck with the mark on it, we now stop it as police. I said, go. No, we can't stop that.
Or the public notice, your followers notice. So we start watch, we start load something, you know. I'm very critical of him when he says certain things. We call him and make him know, say, we and I saw you go. So I don't want to feel like we have a love-hate relationship because we lick everybody now. we lick everybody now. Sometimes you have to call him and say, boss, and he must say, no, but I saw it, and that's the thing.
Yep.
But the point,
yeah, man.
we want to build a relationship over there. Because the point where we are just raising up. And not play something, you know.
That's
you kill how much pound of meat. No poor man have them big free. You know that big?
How much as you kill a 20 cow? Eh?
Where you gonna put that? No.
I think of your whole community, brother, because we can't do it.
So that these are the things that we are saying common sense. Come on, like we really have to look into the thing.
Yeah, man.
And that is why we have to work with the public.
Yeah, man.
And we know enough police officers that look funny what you just said.
Of course.
If you kill a certain amount of meat and you have it stored somewhere, which poor people, which ghetto you can't put so much meat there one time? It has to go somewhere.
That me I tell them. See? So you have some big guys who are behind this thing. The same car because hundreds of thousands of cars missing a year time. When you look now, them cut up. But when you can't come in and get to go see how much. It might have cut from your side, but them have buyers. It go amongst the same people them who are selling about the parts. Them get more money for it, you know, because you cut up a brand new car and you give them for 300,000 because you want something quick. You have to cut up a 4 or 5 car. Remember the car that value all 3, 4, 5 million, you know. When them don't sell the parts, I remember them have time to sell it, you know, brother. Them have time to sell it. Them in a years. You see me I say? But if you go take people care for keep it, so it's a hard thing. You understand? So the one of them hypocritical so much till it unbelievable, brother.
Yeah, man. My issue has always been if you have a like you call him, but then you know organized crime and
yes,
counterterrorism organized. Now, if you have such a name, you know, you deal with organized crime. One would deal with all spectrum organized crime. You deal from the look man I said them DVD to the man we are cook a clone cards. Go straight up to the man so-called him accused now of thieving funds from the coffers. And that would be an even bigger case. And that we want to say, that the public want to see. The public want to see every day you know just come and talk about gang and you understand?
Me can tell them something too. Me can tell them something because I run, but me can tell them something too. You see, if the head, you see, when you have leaders and from up and top clean, it trickle right down. If you go in Canada, if you go in UK and think you fall in line, brother, you go in US, you fall in line. No, watch the command never get panic because them are get one. Because them are down. You understand what I say, brother? Thing I don't make up with them, man. Not care what you have to fall in line. When you fall in line because all the structure, all the things set up, them a fall in line. I remember, you know, in the state and them place, whether you're a movie star, whether you're athlete, whether you're a billionaire too, you go to prison. Every year these people go, whether you're police, you're a politician, every year enough of them go to prison. Every year.
Right.
In a Jamaica, how much of them is going to prison, sir?
None.
In the private sector and them thing there. The little boy throat cut. Nobody not talk. Anybody gonna prison for it?
No.
Me show me the chang fly go down. And I said, but barbaric. But when you hear who now, you know else from out of their mouth.
No, we start say he's working very close to the police officer. He's not in non-confined. That is what we're saying. The classism have to stop. Clearly, if classism have to stop, it's very apparent. Right? Because the mere fact that the entire Jamaica, we don't want people take out themselves out of this thing, you know. Because it's so serious, you know. Because now, if a man have a cell phone or you have a buckle, you know, brother, in your hand and the police feel like a gun you have in a dead, you know.
Yes.
So when you think, a man come and say, gangster, you know, how gangster live upon people's face? When a police buckle in a dark corner and you have your cell phone or you have a drinks buckle,
you were dead. Okay,
and a man instruction. When people, even the uptown people feel like, no, but they're a youngster, they want to talk about the criminal fit there, we could go drink some champagne. And we stop you in your car, your posh product, and you move too fast. And I take up a key for show me ID. I would think that's something you have, I'll give you away if you get. That is what he said. So nobody minus yourself for the situation. The statement to the man make is very powerful, very atrocious. And I mean, come on, man. You can't say them something. You can't say them something. Distasteful, disrespectful, you know, human rights violation right there. Him shouldn't, you know, all the media was supposed to apologize to the public for them, bro. That is how serious we take these things. But life is so cheap in Jamaica that somebody can say something like that. And I'll know him apologize. If him going to apologize, I'm going to say what him said. See, remember, the next one I agree with him.
Yes.
That's what the gleaner is saying, that he agrees.
Well, that is the next jackass in a yield that, you know. Because that can't chat, that now have no weight, not nobody no recognize that. So, you know, when that come chat, me never recognize it. That's why me not even bother call it name, because I don't know body neither. You understand? Because me watch them, you know. Yeah, man, so...
But the mere fact, the news...
It agree, yes. And the news, you know what hurt me? Too much mouthpiece. Them not say like we say because some question will be the ask. Them not ask it. Them in a pocket and in a bed. Them not ask it.
Right.
You know, like where in England, you see the sun run out and the sun asks this and the sun dig out this and you know and other news media dig out certain things. Yeah, and the mirror dig out in the state. You know, say CNN has some news and they got this, and them do investigative journalism. And when you look the New York Times, they got this, that and that, they got this. Them not have no time for that. It's like them suck up to the thing. When them say something and a stupidness, like you see, Montague come and make a speech. And you know, say a crap. You know, writes about this though, it's not logical and a crap when him just talk. A waste of time in the house, a waste of that's why Lonesome call it a pirate house. You know, yes, a waste of time. The man shouldn't even get paid for this. You understand? This a waste of time, just waste of time for just come talk. But dead, teeth skin. Waste of time, brother. But them don't do it. You see me I say? They make it pass. So for them thing is, when them a run election, brother, water and road. When them a govern, crime. Meanwhile, them a full packet online, you know? You understand? Yeah, man. Anyway, me there, brother, come see the time around. Yeah?
We had station for zero policy on corruption. We want to see something come for that.
But that we want long time. But you hear what me hear though? You say, instead of them, the integrity commission, instead of them declare certain things, them brother pay a little money. Now remember them pay, them about for raise a pay now, you know. Them want raise a pay. Right? But you still them own much thing, every man a build new place and what have you. That means when them cut deal and do them one thing. Anyway, me run here, sir. Later.
Big up. Alright.